The Sonic movies have come a long way from the old original hard design of 2019. After his original complete redesign and rework, we got a pretty bland and forgettable movie. But from this movie, I was very excited to see the future. A future that was Sonic focused from the very beginning instead of whatever this thing was at the very beginning. And in a very, very short amount of time, honestly, we got that. We got just that. We got a Sonic 2. That's so cool. That's good. I love that. And it's pretty good. Wait, what? Whoa, what? It's actually fun and colorful and creative? Everything that the first wasn't? That's crazy. We know what else is crazy? YouTube ad rates, which is why I thank today's sponsor. This video is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends, everyone's favorite incredible RPG that you can play on mobile or PC. I love Raid Shadow Legends because they support so many creators on YouTube while creating a genuinely fun game. Raid Shadow Legends is the first game to bring a true console level experience to your phone, filled with raid bosses, dungeon runs, campaign battles, and PvP arena matches. It's a game that you just have to play. My favorite champions in the game are Mithrila and Tatra, both for their insane over-the-top movesets that just look so freaking cool. Mithrila is an exclusive champion that you get with fragments from beating the Hydra clan boss. She has one of the best skill sets in the entire game and can greatly support your team. Tatra's ice attacks are especially appealing. The design of the champion is one of my favorites. I mean, just look at them, they're so cool. This month is Raid's 3rd year anniversary, and the celebrations are going to be massive. While we're raiding, check this out. Raid's first ever champion skins. They're so cool. There's seriously never been a better time to get started at playing Raid Shadow Legends. You can use my link in the description or scan the QR code right here to play. New players get a free starter pack worth nearly $40 whole to kickstart their game. We're talking free champions like Misericord, Tiger Soul, and Romero. You also get 10 Magic XP Brew, 10 Force XP Brew, and 10 Spirit Brew. Oh my god, that's so much stuff. You can find these rewards in your inbox for the next 30 days only once you download. Just click the link in the description and start playing Raid today. Thank you so much for Raid for sponsoring this video. Now back to the video. First, before I talk about this movie, I just want to say to the kid behind me who was kicking the heck out of my seat, fuck you! At one point, this kid got up and genuinely just started punching and fighting the back of my chair, man. I literally, it was just freaking me out. Can't I just watch a kids movie in peace without kids just being kids? Anyways, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is honestly a really fun movie. Coming from someone who completely forgot every single second of the first movie, I can't believe that I was thoroughly entertained for the majority of this movie. In almost every single way, this movie corrects a lot of mistakes of the first and focuses solely on being an actual Sonic in real life kind of movie. In the first, it honestly never really felt like Sonic. It just felt like some blue guy that was a little fast. It was bland and very stale. And this is what I consider one of the prettiest looking shots in the movie. Look how freaking ugly this was, man. It's disgusting. But that kind of sucks. Sonic games don't look like that. There's color in every game. Heck, even one of the games has colors in the name. So why did the first one completely lack any color whatsoever? It's just lame. It honestly is just lame. And I think too many people honestly gave it way more credit than it deserved, simply because Sonic himself looked better than he did originally, which is fine. You know, we bullied an entire company into better change, while most likely led to stress and a lot of issues in the animation department. Seeing Sonic in his true glory meant that if the movie does receive a sequel, it will be authentic to what Sonic is from the very beginning. And I can confidently say this is exactly what happened. I grew up on a handful of Sonic stuff growing up, mainly just loving to play him in Smash Brawl and the Wii. I never really was much of a massive fan of him. I've always seen how insanely toxic the fandom can be, and I love to laugh at the losers that get mad at people who make fun of Sonic stuff. Like, bro, we can criticize it, chill out. I just can't wait to criticize a part of this new movie, and some Sonic profile picture named Amy's Left Elbow 42 is gonna write an extensive essay on how stupid I am. The Sonic fandom just sucks, that's well known, but I think it's because the potential of Sonic has always been cool. It could lead to a lot of defensiveness when the property honestly isn't really receiving much support and love as it should from the company behind it. I think this is the very first piece of Sonic media I've been excited about since Sonic Unleashed on the 360. The difference between this movie and the first is night and day. I mean, there's actual color in this new one. There's lots of it. There's lots of color. It's a pretty movie. And the action is a lot better. The action is so fun. Constantly, I was like, dang, Sonic is actually cool in this movie? Wow, these fights are actually cool? Which, comparing it to the first, what fights were in that? Oh, a couple drone explosions, whoop-de-doo. Here, there's like genuine Dragon Ball Z fights between Sonic and Knuckles that I was having a blast with. Speaking of Knuckles, why is he so hot in this movie? I'm sorry, man, but he is way too hot in this movie. Idris Elba knows exactly what he was doing, man. He is literally a himbo in this movie. Every time he's on screen, I'm like, bro, you gotta chill out right now. What is this vibe I'm getting? What are you doing to me right now? Like, you're too freaking hot right now, man. It's making me a little sweaty. That might sound weird to say about a kid's movie featuring neon colored animals, but this movie actually has some pretty raunchy jokes that I feel like I haven't heard in family movies in like a decade. there was some raunchy adult-only understanding jokes. I was like, wow, okay, that's kind of funny. That's a little funny joke. One dad in the back of the theater was definitely having a hoot with it. Oh my god. He was laughing his lungs out of his chest. He laughed like this, like, oh. I'm like, dang, man, all right. I think the comedy here is the best aspect. It feels a lot more well-timed than the first, and the jokes can be more creative to the point than Sonic being faster than people kind of jokes, which all the first really had. The comedy in this movie is just a lot better than the first, but something that this movie does a lot worse than the first is overstay its welcome. It's a long movie at just a little over 2 hours without any reason to justify that kind of length. There is so much drawn out that could be cut to make it such a tighter family movie. Just like the first, the humans are the weakest part. They feel underwritten and genuinely forgotten at times. There are multiple characters in this movie who have storylines that don't end. They just don't end, and we never see again for the rest of the movie. These are like essential characters that just disappear and don't show up again. They have such an important part of the story, and then they're just gone. They felt so vital to the flow and the story of the movie, but they just disappeared. It feels like the other characters that were related to them also forgot about them. But even with them cut entirely, it still feels drawn out, which is messy. That's very odd to say, but it feels so weird. I don't know how characters can be cut entirely, but still this movie feels too long, and that makes the movie feel very messy. The strongest aspect of Sonic 2 is very obviously Sonic. Seeing him mess around like a kid in a fun family movie is so cute and sweet. Him messing up a house when he's like home alone is like a 2006 comedy. Him wearing oversized clothes, showing up in a scary cabin like it's a biker lounge from the SpongeBob movie. He's so cute and sweet. I love Sonic in this movie, man. Oh my god. He's honestly so much better than he was in the first. It feels like Ben Schwartz genuinely loves voice acting this character so much that I'll watch the movie just to support him at this point. But someone I honestly don't like in this movie, and this is going to be a hot take, a lot of people are going to be shocked at this. I don't like Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik. I don't. I'm sorry. I think his performance is okay, but the writing they give him is absolutely worse than every other character in the movie. Dr. Robotnik is supposed to be this over-the-top, comically evil genius bad guy, right? So why does Jim Carrey's Robotnik just feel stupid? He feels so dumb. He's like the dumbest villain I've ever seen. He does not make a smart move once in this movie. He never has the upper hand. Even if he says he does, he just feels so dumb. Just because he says like one smart like fact he read on Wikipedia doesn't make him smart. He does one smart thing at the very beginning, and that's it. That's really it. He just feels so stupid in this movie. It's just not a good villain. He's not a good villain. He bounces off Sonic well, I guess, but as a villain himself, it's just bad. He's not even comically good. Overall, Sonic 2 is a massive step up from the first movie that feels like it honestly should have been the first movie in the Sonic series. It feels like it gets the character of Sonic a lot better, and that is only getting started. I know the third is already announced, and I'm actually excited to see more. All I ask is that you make Knuckles a little less hot next time, okay? It's distracting. I'm serious. Anyways, thanks for listening.